Okay, we live. We live. The Knicks are doing their thing, man. But they're losing right now, but it is what it is, man. The Yankees came through big time. Cody Bellinger with a huge freaking extra innings hit, man. It was looking scary there for a while. Looking scary there for a while, but the Yankees managed to pull through, man, without the captain. Every win, man, is comes at a premium. So it was good game, man, I guess. So some things that I did not like when we'll get into all of that. And Boone kind of, man, for a second there, he's kind of scared me the way he was managing the bullpen. He used up the entire bench. And it got to a point where it was looking like, man, like you already ran through every single player on this damn roster and you're going into extra innings. So if we didn't get that win there, we only have Fernando Cruz left. And like if this would have went any further than the 10th inning, we would have been in trouble. Definitely would have been in trouble. But, that's neither here nor there. The Yankees did win. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Also, today's the open mic. So if anybody wants to join, the link is pinned in the chat. If you want to join, just click on the link. And yeah, man, let's talk about the Yankees. Let's talk about the Knicks. It looks like the Knicks are they fumbling it right now, but there's still plenty of time they could come back. We get into all of that. Let me see what okay. JK says Caballero had an error at shortstop. Is it Volpe time again? No, man. I mean, you got to give Caballero a break. The dude has been playing right field for the past week. He hasn't been at short. He hasn't seen a ground ball in about a week or whatever it is. So you can't expect somebody. I get it. Like, the error's bad. But if you yo-yoing him between right field, third base, shortstop, like, come on, This dude literally played like three positions, well, two positions there, but three positions in the last 2 days. Like you can't do that to a player and expect him. That's not his forte. Caballero is not a he's not a utility dude. I mean, the Yankees are using him that way, and he's gonna do it because he just wants to be on the field. But in all reality, man, like that's really tough, man, to play three different positions. You know, so I mean, look, that we're not making any excuses though. An error is an error, but he's still my shortstop. He is still my shortstop. How about them double plays to his turn? The arm, he's got a way better arm. You cannot deny that. You definitely can't deny that. But we got to talk about the bullpen, man. The bullpen looks sad. The Yankees bullpen really looks. It is it's getting to the point, man, where like they're gonna have to call up some of these guys, Lagrange, Cruz, somebody from down there. We need some fresh arms down there in the bullpen, man, because I'm getting tired of seeing Blackburn, Yarborough, Hedrick. Eventually, his arm's gonna fall off. Tim Hill, I feel like he's already. I don't want to say washed up, man, but he's getting hit. And then Jake Bird, man, the bullpen looks ugly, right? Not one of them guys. You can feel confident that they're gonna get the job done, in my opinion. Not one of them. So the Yankees really, really, really need to start making some moves in that department. Because look, at this point, man, with Aaron Judge out, every win is going to come at a premium. Every win is so, so important for this team. You're going to have to find ways to win games. Today, they found a way to win a game. Cody Bellinger with a big hit, but it wasn't, it was bad in the beginning, 3-run lead, and you blow it immediately. So, Jason says, yo, Jason from the Guardians, Yankees game. Oh, yeah, man. Your Guardians fan. I mean, look, the Guardians are a good team. I'm not going to lie. I think the Yankees are a better team, though. But you can't sleep on them. You really can't sleep on them. Paul Goldschmidt, man, this dude, he's been coming through super clutch so far this season for the Yankees, man. I'm telling you, this dude is like, I don't know, man. He just defies time, right? But we'll see. We'll see how he performs during the second half of the season and towards on in the season, because that's the problem that Goldie had last year. He was great in the first half, but eventually, I don't know if playing every day started catching up to his body. Eventually, he started slowing down right in the second half. And this year, coming into this season, the objective was to not play him every day. He's only going to have spot starts here and there, and he's going to be well rested. But unfortunately, due to injuries to Giancarlo Stanton and obviously Aaron Judge, and the way he's been playing too, he's in the lineup every single day. And he's got to be in the lineup. But I think eventually, man, it's going to take a toll on his body, man. I think eventually it will. So, but we'll see. Remember, guys, if you want to join, we're doing an open mic today. So the link is pinned in the description. If anybody wants to join, just try to join like on an Android or your laptop or something, because for some reason Safari has issues on the iPhone. So yeah, we need a win tomorrow from y'all. Nah, man, we taking the series. We're going for a sweep, man. That's what I think. I feel like we need to go out there and just sweep it for real, man. Start getting some wins. Let's build a nice cushion that, because eventually, man, we're gonna start slumping bad, and when that comes, we need to have enough of a lead in the AL East that we can kind of relax, kind of relax. So maybe, I don't know. Look, maybe we're beating the June Boone swoon, or the Boone June swoon. I'll tell you what, man. I was not. I don't know what he was doing today, Boone. Like, you can't gamble like that. I felt like that's what he was doing, gambling with bullpen pitchers. The platoon thing is just out of control at this point. It's getting crazy. You don't have to platoon everybody, man. Like, sometimes you just got to leave somebody out there. Ryan McMahon with a home run. I feel like, they pinched hit him for Volpe at one point, and I was like, why? You might as well have just left him there. You're getting one scrub. You're pinch hitting one scrub for another. At least this dude had a home run on the day. You might as well give him another bat versus the lefty. My apologies, man. I'm watching the Knicks game right now. Come on, Knicks. Let's go, man. I tell you what, the Spurs are fighting for their lives, man. They came out like their hair was on fire. Let's go, man. Victor says Cruz, Blackburn, and Hill. And Hill build around that. Bednar, Stephen King. Man, I tell you what, Bednar, he just had to give up the walk, right? He had to give up. I mean, he had to put the go-ahead run at the plate. Like, it never fails with this dude. But he's been pitching better lately. He's been pitching better, but I don't think that he's somebody that I've lost a lot of confidence in to be the closer. I still like Bednar as a pitcher. Like, I think he's a great relief pitcher. Like a middle reliever, I have no problems with him. I think he's outstanding there. But as a closer, man, he's I don't know. He doesn't do it for me. The Yankees need to go pick up another closer from somewhere. Jack, what's up, Jack? Didn't get the notification. It's all right, man. That's, YouTube does what they want sometimes. Huge dub for the Yankees. It was a huge dub. It definitely was, because for a second there, it felt like once we lost that lead, and then we took it back. But once we lost the lead the second time, when we went down 5-4, it felt like it was over. It really did. Sorry, guys. I'm watching the game right now. 1 minute left. It's looking like it's over for the Knicks. I tell you what, man. For the Knicks, man, look, Game 4 is going to be super duper important, because you cannot let them tie the series going into San Antonio, because at that point, it's anybody's series right there. If they win Game 4, if they tied up 2-2 leaving New York, that's dangerous. Now you're playing with fire. Now you're definitely playing with fire. So you can't do that. You got to take Game 4. At least you got to get one at least at home. At home. You got to get one at home. If not, you give the home court advantage goes back to the Spurs if the Knicks lose two in Madison Square Garden. So can definitely can't do that, man. Dude, Blackburn stinks. He does, man. And I hate to say that because like it's not personal. I understand these like these are these people's careers, their lives and stuff. But he's like, man, he's got to go. Like he's got to go. You know why is he here? Why don't you call up your Bonnie Cruz? See what he can do. Some of these guys, man, I'm telling you, even Jake Bird. Let me tell you something. Jake Bird, right? And we're gonna look at the box score here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. The addition of the sinker when he gets the sinker working right, it helps that slider so much. That sweeper he has because it's just something that's moving in the opposite direction. But his sweeper sometimes when he throws it, it looks like a floating meatball. Literally sometimes, like if he throws that sweeper slider, whatever you want to call it, when he throws that thing in the zone, is literally just a floating meatball. That's all it is. That sweeper cannot be for a strike. That needs to be a pitch that looks like a strike and you know ends up outside of the zone. Because if not, it's literally just it's so hittable. That's how it looks like for me anyway. I don't know about you guys. When I'm watching TV, I'm like, oh my god, that shit looks like it's just a cement mixer just spinning right in the zone like this, waiting to get crushed by somebody. Vote for McMahon was stupid just based on defense alone. Yeah. He was using Blackburn in high leverage situations. Yeah, and Yarborough. That's why I don't understand. Look, if you're gonna use these guys in those kind of situations, that's not what they're there for, first of all. Like if you want to have them on the roster and your excuse is that they're long relief arms, you need long relief arms. Well, every bullpen needs a long relief arm. Then I say, like, look, then use him for that. But half the time they don't even use him for that. I don't know what he's doing. But if you bring a guy up like even like a LeGrand, hey, look, he's coming out the bullpen, giving you 4 innings down in the minors. So he's a starter. He could be a long relief guy, or just I don't know, man. I'm tired of seeing these guys, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna blow it. That is not a bullpen you want to take into the postseason. That bullpen the Yankees have right now is not the bullpen you want to go into the postseason with. And especially with Boone, knowing him, how he managed, oh my God, it's not. It just isn't. So they got to figure that out, man. They really do. Voting for McMahon was stupid based on defense. Yeah, I don't know why he did that to me. I really don't know why he did that. It was still pretty early. It's just look at the end of the game, he had exhausted everybody. The only player left on the entire roster that he could bring in was Fernando Cruz. All position players were already exhausted. So if something happened, at least he had Ben Rice out there. I guess they could have figured out, if he had an extra catcher. But if somebody would have got hurt or anything like that, God forbid, who's playing freaking right field or whatever it is, it would have had to been a pitcher, I guess. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I didn't understand it a lot, but look, we got the W. So at the end of the day, I'm not complaining too much. But man, it like it feels like ever since Judge went down, we can't get nothing easy, man. Nothing's coming easy for this team. I know we had the 6-1 win yesterday, and really when you think about it, it was just one big home run by Jazz, 3 runs, and a Cody Bellinger home run. And he seems like he's been the savior the past 2 nights. Aside from that, man, nothing's come easy for this team. Nothing's come easy for this team. Let me see if I could. Let's see if the box score is working here. Guess not. Yeah, man. Oh shit! It's 113, 111. Yo, how'd they come back so fast? Okay, man, this is getting interesting now. It's getting real interesting. Come on, Knicks. Yo, he made that. That's crazy. Who's that? OG? They should have called a foul on that one too. He was jumping in his lane. Man. Okay. So this was tonight's box score. Excuse the top, man. I'm gonna just leave that up there, the Nick game. Okay. So Trent Grisham had a good night, man. He's been playing a lot better lately. 2 for 4, a walk. So he stepped up as of late. He's stepped up big time. Ben Rice 2 for 3, 2 walks. His average is back up over 300, batting 304. His OPS is over 1 again. So that's man, freaking awesome, man. Max Schumann, he came in. Did he come into pitcher? Yeah, he came in for Goldie. I don't know why they did all that, but okay. Cody Bellinger, obviously 2 for 5. Jazz Chisholm 0 for 4. So he isn't. Aside from that 3-run home run yesterday, he had 3 strikeouts yesterday, and today's 0 for 4. I don't know, man. He's struggling. Spencer Jones 1 for 4 with a good opposite field home run base hit in the 5 hole. But yeah, man, 3 strikeouts. That's not what you want to see with Spencer Jones. Definitely not what you want from Spencer Jones. So, uh, yeah, man, the 3 strikeouts is not good. Caballero 0 for 3 with the walk. Anthony Volpe 0 for 2. His average is down to 203. And I mean, look, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. Look, I'm not saying. So some people be like, "Well, look, I'm not saying Caballero's like he's not Bobby Witt Jr., man, but he's better than Volpe. That's the whole point of this. That he is better than Volpe, and that's why he deserves to play. Ali Sanchez still looking for his first hit. Almer Rosario. I mean, they brung him in for 1 at bat. I don't know what Boone was doing, man. He literally used the whole team. He used everybody today. Ryan McMahon 1 for 2 with the 2-run a solo shot. All right. Let's see if this change this here. Nope, that's not working. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to get to the pictures thing, but it's not letting me. Okay, let's put this away then. Guys, it's pretty much over for the Knicks. 115 to 111 right now with 6.8 seconds. It's gonna be tough. Jack Geezy says Spurs in 7. I'm telling you, man, that this was like I get it. It's gonna be tough to go 3-0, but the game 4, the Knicks gotta win game 4. You have to secure the home field advantage. You have to if they lose this one, you have to take game 4 to ensure that you're coming back to the Garden. No matter what, you're coming back. You're coming back to the Garden anyway. But if they go tied up 2-2, then you can't win at home. That makes sense. No, well, actually, you can, because then they'll have to take game 3 and everything, but it'll just be tougher. Game 4 is going to be important, because if not, you're going to give up all the momentum you had. If they lose the next 2, they give up all the momentum they have, and at that point, it's the Spurs have the momentum going into San Antonio for game 5. So the Knicks, man, they got to get it together. It was a good game. NYYJ, what's up, man? The odd man out would have been Rodon Cruz. He did play the outfield briefly in a couple of games in the situation for the Giants when he played. Oh, he played? So Cruz, yeah, that's what I was saying. Something, at that point, let's say Bellinger never gets that hit and we go into the 11th, or the 12th. Bednar was going to pitch forever. It would have just gotten a little crazy at that point. So, like, I'm not saying you don't use your bench and everything, but you gotta foresee things like that. Like, man, this could get, this could be a long game here. So I don't know, man. Today was a crazy, weird game, man. I felt like Boone every time I turned my head, Boone was visiting the mound. Like that's what it felt like to me. He used every single pitcher, pretty much. I don't even know what they're gonna do tomorrow, the next day. I don't even know when's the next off day. But at this point, man, you're gonna burn them out like that. Trump was the kiss of death. Yeah, he brung bad luck, right? He brung bad luck. Spurs should be up 2-1. They should be, but they not. That's the problem. Yeah, it's over, man. Knicks lose. Ah, man. Oh well. What you gonna do? Nothing you could do about that. Put this away. It's all good. I don't know why my box score is acting weird. I wanted to pull up the pictures and stuff, but I guess not right now. Let me see if I can change this. Let's go to dashboard. Okay, let's pull this up. All right. So Will Warren went 4 1/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs on that home run by I forgot his name, man. He had a freaking shot. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. His let me see. I can't even see. I need my glasses. Give me a second, guys. Let me move this over here. Put that away. Yeah. All right. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Yeah. Batters faced 20. He threw 91 pitches. Gave a had 57 strikes and um 34 balls. Then Brent, like I mean, there's so many pitchers here. David Bednar ended up getting the win. Brent Hedrick, 2/3 of an inning. Paul Blackburn, Ryan Yarbrough, Jake Bird, Camilo Duvall, Tim Hill, David. Like my goodness, dude, you literally used the whole entire freaking bullpen, and I'm not sure you absolutely had to do that, you know. But look, at the end of the day, we walked away with a win, so that's what really matters the most. As long as you get the W, that there. All right. Matt Steve says, "Let's go Knicks." Next game, yeah, man. Next game is important, man, for the Knicks. Let me tell you something. The next game, they gotta win game 4. You know, you can't give up all that momentum you built and lose 2 at home. Because at that point, you know, you just took 2 from the Spurs at home, but don't let them take 2 at your home. Because now it's a 3-game series at that point, and 2 of those last 2 games are gonna be in San Antonio. So you gotta, yeah, get this W, man. Get the W next game and freaking and let's get a championship. Let's bring a championship to New York, man. It'd be freaking devastating, I think, if the Knicks was to lose this one. Oh man, that should be the only gut punch. After going up 2-0, can you use 7 pitches out the bullpen in his whole bench? It's hard to do in 10 innings. You know what it is, Victor, man? I think that the Yankees have gotten too crazy with this platoon stuff, man. I understand why they do it, but I feel like they go to these guys too early in the game, you know? And what happens is, right, so you got McMahon for right-handed pitchers, right? So what happens is by the 5th inning, they put in a left-handed pitcher, you take McMahon out, and then next thing you know, they bring in another left-handed pitcher in the 6th, and now all of a sudden, now I mean, and another right-handed pitcher, and you end up getting burnt, right? At the end of the game, you're not gonna have the matchups you want, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Right? You can't play the lefty righty thing all game. At some point, a lefty's going to have to face a lefty, and a righty's going to have to face a righty. And you got to keep some of your rounds in your freaking chamber. Keep them, you know, in the magazine. So when you need them later, you can pinch hit. You know, bring in a guy like Rosario or something. But Boone, I feel like he sometimes he overmanages. Like I feel like a lot of that was unnecessary, man. Unnecessary. So I mean, look, we got the W, but what happens is that now your bullpen is spent. Everybody in the bullpen has thrown today, right? So tomorrow, and then you got another game after that. There's no days off. They haven't had a day off since last week too. So it just I don't know, man. It's just not a good look to me. Better needs to figure something out. Every outing is laboring. I mean, he's not a closer, man. I'm sorry. He is not a high leverage closer. I get it, the bulldog, and a lot of people, man. I look. That's why I never get too high on somebody right away. Or because somebody has a good day or a good few games, you can't go too crazy, right? And I'm not saying that David Benno is a bad pitcher. I'm not saying that at all. But he's just not. He's not the closer I want, right? And every time he goes up there, he's giving me a freaking. He makes my chest hurt. So it's not good. The press says, "Let's go Spurs." Nah, brother. Let's go. Let's go Knicks. Hold on, how do I minimize this? All right, let's minimize this. Move this back. Again, if you want to join, man, the link is pinned to the chat if you want to join. All I ask is you don't curse or anything like that. And if you join it on your iPhone, it's probably gonna kick you out because I don't know, this shit is buggy. Mm. He was 7 guys out of pen. Yeah, read that one already. It's so boring without the Dodgers on right now. Good for you if you're a Dodgers fan. An absolute embarrassing performance by everyone on the Knicks roster except OG Anunoby. He actually came to play. Yeah, but if you notice, John, man, if you notice, straight out the gate, the Spurs came out real aggressive. They came out real physical and was kind of trying to bully the Knicks on. Like the Knicks started off weird. They were like all over the fucking place. And they were letting these guys like pick on them, bullying them. And but the Knicks made it good. It was a really good game, guys. All the way up to like I would say like 5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It was a really, really good game. At one point they were going back and forth. I mean, look, it's gonna happen. We still up, so we still have the momentum, I'd say. But we gotta take game four. If the Knicks don't take game four, it's not good. At that point, man, I'm worried, right? If the Knicks don't take game four, I'm shitting bricks, and it's at that point the odds favor the Spurs, right? Because if they go 2-2 with 3 games left in the series, 2 of them in San Antonio, now you got to worry. Now you got to worry. And Wemby woke up today. Seemed like Wemby woke up. Let me put what he dropped. He dropped like 30 something points today. He dropped 30 something. Yep, 32. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, almost a triple double. Brunson also matched him with his 32. Let's see. Okay. I need glasses for this. All right. I'm looking for field goal percentage on these dudes. Brunson. Field goal percentage 11 for 25. 3 for 5 field. Okay. Man, Josh Hart, 4 for 7. He was nailing those 3 pointers early. Let's see. I expected more from damn. I expected more from Carl Anthony Towns. I'm sorry. I expected a lot more from him. He did have 3 steals, but yeah, you gotta get more from him, I believe, man. He's the difference maker. That's why we won the first 2 games because of him. Today it didn't look too good for him though. It really didn't. Pinch running for Goldie, only right move. Yeah. I mean, look, Goldie, I mean, yeah, his legs aren't there no more. His legs are definitely not there no more, but he is, let me tell you something, man. Paul Goldschmidt is that is the epitome of a baseball player. Guys like him and Bellinger too. Bellinger, when I look at Bellinger, that's how a baseball player should look. Like if I wanted to tell my son, like, watch this guy, That's how you do it. And Paul Goldschmidt too, especially hitting, man. He's a freak. He's always been a great hitter, obviously. But sometimes you could tell that he makes adjustments pitch by pitch. He's making adjustments. Where other hitters, especially younger guys, they can't figure it out. They go back into the dugout and then they try to make he's making adjustments on the pitch, and he can. It's weird, right? And this is like I don't know if it's just me. I could be going crazy, right? But he lets the ball travel so deep. Like it feels like he's hitting the ball literally behind the play, like all the way back here. He's hitting the ball sometimes. Like I don't know how he does that. I understand like letting the ball travel and catching it, but sometimes he's like hitting it right before it hits the catcher's mitt, if that makes sense. Like that's how deep he lets the ball travel. He's a phenomenal hitter, man. He really is. Ken, what's up, Ken? Ken from The Ugly Truth is in the building. Man, I got the link pinned in the chat if anybody wants to join. We'll see how this thing works out because I'm on EVMux and if for some reason when I have the graphics up, it don't like iPhone. So if it kicks you out, my apologies. It's not me. I think the bullpen can be fixed from within. They need at least 2 contact bats at the trade deadline to be competitive, in my opinion. I agree. But at that point, it's like who's really out there right now? Nobody knows because even a lot of the guys that everybody wants, a lot of these players that everybody's talking about, right? I mean, what makes anybody think they're necessarily going to trade these guys? Especially right now, a lot of these teams are still in it. Whether it's false hope, but with the extended wild card, right, the extended playoffs, you like you have a legit shot to making it in. Let me see who's in here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me a second, man. I'm gonna add you in here. Let me change this. Sunil, my brother from another mother. Hold on, let me get you in here. I'm in full screen mode, so okay. All right. What's up,
Yeah.
man?
Opposite night, man. Opposite night. We expected the Yankees to lose and the Knicks to win. It went fucking sideways.
I know, right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
now I'm afraid that this Knicks team is going to go back to Texas. Stop me if you've heard this already, all right?
mhm.
They're going to be up 3-1. Going back to Texas like 32 years ago, where you had
No,
John Starks and Chris Childs shoot like 2 for 1,000.
versus the Houston Rockets. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got another Texas team here.
Yeah,
Why does this shit always happen against Texas teams?
I don't know. It's something about Texas, I guess. Something about Texas, but I don't know. I think that if they win, look, if we win Game 4, is at that point, I think they got it. They got it. It's pretty much in the bag.
We said we
Hopefully.
said that in we said that in '94 with Ewing, Childs, Starks,
Hmm.
Oakley, and whoever else. We had Derek Fisher. He was the person. He was the player we got from the Mavs back then. He was the predecessor to if you want to make the same analogy, we got Brunson now, also from the Mavs.
Hmm.
In this run, we had Derek Fisher, not Derek Fisher. Is it not Derek Fisher?
No, who you talking?
Um, Derek Harper, I think was. Yeah,
Yeah, Derek Harper.
yeah. Derek Harper. Fisher's from the Lakers. Derek Harper is what I meant. Yeah,
No, but this is I don't know. This team, look, I would say this: if they blow this, Sunil, this will be man. I wouldn't put it past it because the Knicks. I don't know why the Knicks they like cursed. I feel like, but if they blow this one after going up 2-0, oh man, that'll break the heart of New York. Will just crumble. I feel like.
this is right up there. I'll give you a couple of recent examples that have gone through this 2-0, and then after that they just blew the finals. You saw it most recently between Golden State and Cleveland in 2016. Golden State was up 3-1. You thought the
Hmm.
gentleman's suite was over. Um,
Yeah.
They came back after Game 5. It was Game 6 in Gold. They were down 3-1 at the end of 4. So Game 5 was in Golden State. They won. Game 6, they came back to the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, won, and then Game 7 was up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw it prior to that with the Mavs in 2006. They were up 2-0 on the Heat and lost 4 straight. You also saw it in 2021. Phoenix was up 2-0 on Milwaukee. Milwaukee came back and won. So these are some recent examples of this kind of thing happening. It's not a first.
Let me add Ken to here.
What's up, Ken?
Hey, how's it going?
And so I don't know if you also heard, but Boone in the post game was saying there's a possibility Stanton is going to return on the next homestand. So, Jazz, you better return those pants back to Stanton. Hint, hint.
I mean, I'm sure Stan will find another pair of pants. Yeah, Stan's coming back soon, but he always takes a while to like get it going for some reason. Like it usually takes him a couple of weeks to get his timing and stuff. But that's big time news, man, for the Yankees because we need it right now, man. We need some pop in that lineup. Something, man.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. So if Stanton comes back, then do you demote Ali Sanchez back down to AAA and let Rice and Escara tandem catch and then play Goldie at first base? Or maybe alternate Goldie and Rice at first? Maybe to give.
I would because why not, Ken?
First of all, Rice is never going to catch a freaking second this season. You see how Wells gets beat up and everybody gets beat up? You want to put your best hitter behind the dish to get dinged up?
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I that's the thought coming to my head too. I was like, that's the risk immediately when you discuss this point. That's the risk that comes up with it. It comes with the territory. I agree.
The person who should be out of the lineup is Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
And don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Anthony Volpe has to be Bronx Tale, 1978 style. Put him in the bathroom. Get him the fuck out of here. I really don't care anymore. Caballero is the shortstop to be. Point blank. Period. End of discussion. Anthony Volpe needs to be sent down to the local pizzeria, cameoing, making fucking chicken parm.
Yeah, look, man, I've been saying this for years, and it's nothing against Volpe. And even look, Caballero it's not like he's my dream shortstop either, right? I mean, but he's better. He's the better player. He's the better player.
Caballero is going to be your second baseman next year.
Caballero.
That's
Caballero.
Right. They are. Yes, they are bringing Lombard Jr. up next year, guaranteed. You can book that one. You can put it in your pad. And
so where's Volpe?
Volpe's not going to be on the team. I'm telling you that right now.
But would you put Lombard Jr. at shortstop or third?
Shortstop.
Yeah. And you would keep McMahon at third.
You are damn right I would.
You would keep McMahon at the I mean, they're not gonna move on from him. He's they're not gonna eat $16 million. He has value, man. He look, I get it that over 162 he's gonna bat 200, right? But for some reason, man, he has big hits. And if you remember last postseason, he was one of the better hitters aside from Judge. Yeah. And look, I remember things like that, man. And he's like, I get it. People hate him. I'm not saying I want him in there all the time, every day, and big at bats, but he's not terrible either.
Well, I'll tell you what. People hate Grisham, and Grisham has got a clutch gene like I've never seen before.
Oh, I'd never seen it last year in the postseason because he was not clutch last year, Ken. I'm sorry.
No,
not in the postseason, but during the season, yes. in the postseason, he didn't show up. He might as well have just caught a flight back to Texas, man, because he didn't show up at all.
There were only 3 people who showed up in the postseason. If you really get down to it,
Yeah, and one of those guys was Ryan McMahon, and I'm not like vouching for the guy, but I'm just saying that somebody, I don't know, even Bellinger didn't play well last postseason. Neither did Ben Rice, but things are gonna have to be a little different this year if the Yankees expect that. That's my whole thing with everything, guys. That it's like, man, I'm to the point where it's like I've seen this over and over. Where the Yankees, like, I get it, the best offense in the league, #1 offense, most runs scored, most home runs, and then we get to the postseason, and it's like they just all that goes right out the window, man, because these guys can't hit
but
for jack.
you know what the real deal is, Jason. Fact of life: pitching wins championships. Good pitching
Exactly.
will knock out good hitting. Well, guess
Mhm.
what? This year, our rotation is the best out there.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah, but
just
We're
need
not
our
going to
offense
face
to
the
get it
same
together.
problem.
I agree, man. But the name of the game is scoring runs. You gotta score runs, man. You can't go put up a 1 on the box score and expect to win many games or 2 runs, And but I think I'm hoping, man. My hope, and we'll get into like the whole Aaron Judge thing, is that he does return at some point. I think he might return maybe September, hopefully. But man, I don't
End of
see
August,
how.
mid to
Yeah,
end of
unless
August, I'd say.
you think so. What do you
Yeah,
think,
because I
Ken?
mean,
You think he's returning for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. There's no way, man. Even if he's a little still banged up, a lot of people don't think that though, man. I've been listening to and some guys on WFAN that think that
Oh, yeah.
that this is all they're just blowing smoke up our asses because they don't want to break our hearts. But come August, they're gonna say, well, he needs another couple months or something like that.
so they're basically singing the Anthony Volpe 2023 song, basically. But the only difference is Anthony Volpe never really got any real treatment after he banged his head up Fernando Tatis's butt crack, on that, pickoff attempt at first base where um, I think it was
In
Tatis
2023.
basically colliding. Yeah, it was Tatis Jr. colliding with Rizzo at
Hmm.
first base. And then he had that concussion and he was never the same after that.
Yeah, but he returned after that. He just was never the same. I think this
That's what
one.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. The rib stuff is very tricky too. Like I've been reading up on this stuff, and
Hmm.
they're like, look, 4 to 6. Doc say 4 to 6, but if it's not fully healed, then
No, actually, here,
6
here,
to
here,
8.
here.
It could go 12 weeks. It could be a year. Before
Well,
you.
4 to 6 before you can get the re-imaging done just to get next steps and see where you proceed with it going forward is what I read. After that, any future timetable will be determined right after that. So you really got to play this incrementally, one step at a time.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
Yeah, I
Kid
mean,
clients.
I'm basically here thinking that we're lucky to get Judge at any point in August or September. I'm
uh,
mentally, I'm just like, okay, we have to think about life without Judge.
that's
That's
blasphemy.
basically, yeah, it's blasphemy, yes, but it's kind of like how, um, I mean, I hate to make this analogy, but it sort of fits. I mean, it's kind of like how the beginning of '09 came around before A-Rod stepped in, and you're lucky to get A-Rod back from that hip issue.
Hmm.
And this is, of course, infinitely worse by
Yeah,
comparison.
I
But
mean,
you're you're hopeful to get him back. And also here's the pitching version of this. Remember David Cohen having the aneurysm in his arm, and there was like next to no hope that he's ever going to return. And saying here is probably out for the year, but by some stroke of luck, he came back. That was what was that 95 or 96?
um, I can't remember, man. But
Well, 95 he was traded here, so it might have been 96.
it would have had to been 96. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he came back and pitched clutch in the World Series.
I think that I think that he's gonna come back, especially if the Yankees are like in a tight race come
Mm-hmm.
October. I mean, late August, September. There's no way that unless it's like something really dangerous where the doctors like no
Mm-hmm.
way something serious. I think he returns. You know, like, he seems like that type of guy that he's not gonna let these guys go into a division race or something like that, or go into October without coming back, man. And you know, but even with that being said, guys, even with Judge, right, I felt like this team there was still some obvious flaws with this team that needed to be addressed. They need to be addressed still to this day, but even more now without Judge in the lineup and with the uncertainty if he's going to return or not. And you know what scares me though, Sunil and Ken, that the Yankees put out that he's expected to return at the end of the season. But
Yep.
his quote was not that. His quote says, "I have no timetable. I don't know when I'm going to." He didn't say. Usually he say like, "Yeah, I'm going to return." He didn't, and I felt like he kind of, I don't know, like he took the hope out of my hand. Like it's a possibility. Like I felt like in the back of his mind, he knows that there may be a possibility that he's not going to return. You know.
So the whole thing is modesty versus optimism, basically being in
Mhm.
play here. If you want to put it in a simple one liner, that's it, there's no other better way to say it than that.
Yeah.
The
I
modesty is coming from Judge. The optimism is coming from the management in the front office and everywhere else.
mm-hmm.
But I think come the trade deadline, this changes the trade deadline approach a little bit. I think you're almost forced into getting a bigger bat to deepen your lineup. This could be kind of like the 2000 David Justice move. I'm going bold to make that type of a prediction here. And who
Yeah.
is that person that you're going to get, though? That remains to be the big question. Mike Trout is barely available 30 to 40% out of the season. There's some, um, you know, media moguls out there claiming that the Yankees need to be um, aggressive and go after a bat like that. You already have Judge who's 35. You got Stanton who's 36. You don't need somebody that old. Yeah, if anything, you try to get younger. You get somebody who's got a little bit more batting prowess. You got to get somebody who's going to deepen this lineup. And unfortunately, the one name that's coming to my mind, as much as Yankee fans hate Houston, it's it's
He
Jordan
suck. Oh,
Alvarez.
Sunil, you really think they're gonna trade that man?
Houston is they're sucking wind down in freaking Dickin Park. I mean, Altuve is barely back. Him and Correa are not carrying that team. Sorry. Between him, Correa, and Pena, that team's not being carried.
I think I'd rather have maybe a Jeremy Pena. I think a Jeremy Pena is more
Are you?
feasible, or even Isaac Paredes. Even though he's not my favorite, I'm not saying that that's who they should go get, but
Mhm.
those are two guys that I think they're definitely might be moving. Jordan Alvarez. I mean, what's the incentive to move him right now? Really, he's leading in almost every offensive category. He's the front
But
runner for
he's the person.
MVP. Go ahead.
He's the person who's probably going to yield you the most value back, more so
Yeah,
than Pena. I would
but they
think.
Yo,
have it. They have it for next year too. It's not like, I mean, they have it for many years. Like,
Yeah,
you
they've
know.
got control. Yes, I get it, and it's going to cost the Hall. I'm not debating that.
Yeah.
Either player is really going to cost the Hall. Let's be frank about it.
Hmm.
Now the difference is for Jeremy Pena, are you going to part with the Lombard Jr.? Because that's probably the conversation starter for Houston. That's who they're going to want because they're going to want a player of equal caliber coming out of your prospects.
That's when you got to put on your used cars salesman hat and sell him Volpe, man. Give him Volpe and a bucket of baseballs. You got to do it.
Uh, yeah,
yo,
well,
yo,
actually,
yo.
Lou now hates the Yankees, so I doubt he's even going to consider talking to us, much less anything else. Sorry, Ken, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yo, Ace, welcome to the stream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah, my bad. I gotta
What's
get to
up,
the
Ace?
chat. Let's get to some of these chats, man. You guys help me answer this stuff. I mean,
I know.
it's funny. Who we got here? Oh, Yassine.
Anybody cracking any pickleball jokes?
Yassine, you gotta I hear a lot of there's a lot of background noise with you, man.
Yo,
What,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear a lot of background noise. You guys hear it too?
Yeah.
Like a lot of static.
Yeah, there's a lot of background white noise, but
Yeah.
there's no video for him either.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you
my
real
camera's
quick.
not working.
Oh yeah. Well, your mic ain't working either, man. Because I hear
What do you
like
mean,
I hear the freaking fan or something. Try to put the background noise remover.
Where do I go there?
The ambient noise cancellation or whatever.
Yeah, enter. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you real quick. Yassine. Try to when you come back in, Yassine, and then try to fix it.
I still hear it.
Yeah,
So let's
I'm
go.
kicking them.
All right, Jake. My opinion is Volpe shouldn't be a major leaguer on this roster whatsoever, and certainly playing at shortstop every day is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was asking answering Jake's question.
No, so I wanted to say something before we say what's up to Jonathan. That man, I'm reading these all the hate chats and about Jalen Brunson. It's like, man, bro, we can't have a good thing in New York. I'm telling you, as New York fans, like, because they do the same thing with Aaron Judge. And like, without this guy, we don't even sniff the finals, man. And
well,
everybody has a bad game.
Knicks fans, you got to say thank you to Mark Cuban for letting him walk in free agency back 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's basically what it amounts to. That's the genesis of this whole thing. That's the buildup over the last 3 or 4 years, is letting that man walk, which was the most piss poor decision of this man's tenure. As an owner,
he traded Luka Doncic. What else?
Well, they went from an all-star backcourt to a no-star nothing. I mean, Cooper Flag alone isn't cutting it, and let's see what happens with Kyrie Irving, because there's rumors galore that Irving's going to be traded out too. Because guess who's the new alternative governor now in Dallas? Masai Ujiri, formerly of the 2019 champion Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. Ken, you got a question from JK. Want to address that?
What question?
It says, Ken don't know if you already mentioned this, but I'd love to know your thoughts on whether you think Volpe is gonna. Oh, you already answered that.
Yeah, I was
if he's gonna be.
Before.
Yeah.
I think Volpe is not a long-term fit on this team.
Right, he's not even a tomorrow fit at this point. Like, not even short term.
Volpe's the next coming of. Volpe's the next coming of the water boy, Adam Sandler.
No, I could actually see him be removed from this roster by the end of the season if he's not traded if he's not traded next month.
I mean, I sat back in the game in Boston when Volpe came up to bat against Chapman, and he looked at 3 pitches right down the heart of Broadway, didn't take a swing, packed his shit up, and walked right back to the bench. No heart.
Yeah, that was a bad at bat.
The Yankees should have just dropped him in the minors after that game. After that, why haven't Volpe spent a single time in AAA? I don't know. Why do the Yankees believe so much in Volpe that he's giving them nothing?
I don't know. I think, honestly, and I said this earlier, I feel like even a guy like Oswaldo Cabrera brings more value than Volpe at this point. At least he plays multiple positions well, and he's not a terrible, he's a switch hitter. Like, he why isn't he up here at this point, you know?
Because he can't hit right-handed. He is
I know,
horrible.
but Volpe's right-handed and he can't hit right-handed. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but you got Max Schumann up there, who is a versatile player, plays 7 positions on the field, all
no, yeah,
plus
he's great.
caliber.
So would
And
you rather have Volpe over Oswaldo Cabrera?
no, I'd rather have neither of them.
That's what I'm saying. Or somebody else. I'm just saying that he brings more value than this guy. Like I think you got to do something, man. Like he has no place. He has no fit. It doesn't fit on this
Yeah,
team
and
anymore.
and and Giancarlo Stanton is coming back within 10 days, guaranteed. Then you can
Yeah.
displace his little butt and send him right back down to the minors.
You think they'll do it? What would you do if they DFA Max Schumann and keep
I
Volpe
will
on the roster?
I will lose my shit if that happens.
You don't want
Yeah.
to make Ken angry there, Jason. Stop while you're ahead. Stop.
I mean, he is the odd man out. Like that's probably why they just keeping him around right now.
You're saying
And then
Schumann's the odd man out or Volpe?
no,
is?
no, Volpe. I mean, it has
Yeah.
to be. Like it is incompetence if they don't. When Stan comes back, that'll be
mean,
negligent if they don't
did-
send this kid down.
Did you catch my short the other day that I dropped? Why is Anthony Volpe the starting shortstop?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, he doesn't hit worth a damn. He's got a weak ass arm. His he has no range. I don't know. He's the prime candidate to be a freaking shortstop.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. Like right now, I get it that in 10 days he's probably gonna be gone anyway. But in 10 days, that's 10 days. Why? I guess maybe they just don't want to use up options on these guys or something. But why not have a guy like Cabrera or somebody else that's gonna give you
Well,
more versatility? Like Volpe doesn't play any other positions. He don't bat lefty and righty.
I mean,
They love it. They're freaking.
So Jason, you're saying you want to take an option on one of the guys. Who's first on your mind for here? Are you thinking George Lombard or somebody else?
No, George Lombard, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
And only because if you do that, man, you're not gonna waste it. You can't just bring him up here and send him right back down.
No, that's
They're
true.
not gonna.
You can't do that. That's the classic Esteban Florial syndrome treatment.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually you don't want to start wasting this guy's options
and ruining him simultaneously as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's your go-to?
I mean personally,
I was saying Cabrera. I really like. I don't mind him up here. Like I get it. He's not the best hitter, but he brings to me. I don't know, something more. Like he plays all positions pretty good, right? He's not terrible at any position. He plays it, and to me he has more. I don't know, man. I don't know what to call him, man. He has more aura, more. He just
Energy.
he's not a great hitter, but he's not a terrible hitter. I feel like he's more competent than even Volpe is.
you know what Oswaldo is. He is a step down of Schumann and Caballero. They have the exact same skill set with regard to positional versatility.
Yeah.
He just hits worse than them.
I get it, but I'm not saying to replace them. I'm saying to replace Volpe, because in a few days we're gonna have Jason Dominguez ready to go too, and then what do you do with that? Are they just gonna send him back to, even if let's say they send down Volpe and Giancarlo's back, he takes that roster spot. Now you have, you're gonna send down Spencer Jones. I think that's probably the next option to do.
Nope, he's not going down so long as Judge is off the field. That's your
Okay,
right field.
so what? So Jason Dominguez is gonna play in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre,
most likely
in the future.
is my bet.
So Jason,
I mean his first 2 rehabs, he's 0 for 7. Hasn't really looked particularly good. I don't know what he did yesterday. I didn't track it, but he's a ways from ready to come back.
So Jason and Ken, talking about players with versatility, and not necessarily just utility players, but even people with major league experience already on the roster. When we traded for Chisholm back a couple of years ago, he was in his Miami days. He's played center field and second base. Do you take a chance, just like you did with McMahon in spring training, and try him at shortstop?
Me, no.
Yeah, for Jazz.
Me, I say no. I say, look, Caballero, you put Caballero as short. You know, he has. You know, before he went on the IL, he was the top defensive shortstop. And look, and that's coming. This is somebody who I really doubted his ability to play the shortstop position like that
Right,
well.
right.
But I think you give him that chance because he's earned that. Until he messes that up, I think you give him the chance. You have somebody else that you could put in off. I wouldn't start messing around with Jazz. Jazz, man, don't start messing. He needs to find his bat right
Yeah.
now at this point.
Mhm.
You know, like you
Yeah,
start
stop
moving him
using
around.
judges.
And, yeah.
Jazz's alligator trap has overloaded his hummingbird ass, as usual.
What?
He sat back. His big freaking mouth
Hmm.
is yacked a bit at the early part of the season. Oh, I'm going to be the next member of the 50-50 club. And he's trying to hit 50 damn home runs while he's hitting what? 220, 230?
Well, that's the problem. I think Jazz is not gonna be on this team after this year.
No, he's not going to be.
I
Nope.
think Jazz killed his own season by saying that. You could say that to yourself. You can say that privately, but don't say that publicly.
I've got two binaries to add to that 50-50 ideology that Jazz has brought out. He's either going to be a 50-50 guy fucking up 50 ABS challenges, or he's going to use between Judge's bat and Stanton's hand, he's going to use them a combined 50 times each. That's about his only 50-50 he's going to achieve.
Well, I tell you what, Jazz was quite impressive with that freaking bunt that he laid out.
That was catcher's interference. Did you see the replay on that? The catchers that came out, that was a non-call, totally.
All right, let me tell you what, Jason. I got to hop off.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me up, brother.
All right, man. I
I'll
appreciate
you
it.
later.
Take
Yep.
care.
Good to see you, Ken.
Yep, good to see y'all.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Ken. Yeah. So go watch that Jazz Chisholm bunt play. He missed the ball entirely, and the catcher's mitt stepped out in front.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, he's gotta step it up though. You know, I get it. Like as of late, he was kind of like seemed like he was turning it around, but I don't know. To me, he's too hit or miss, too streaky, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I've lost a lot of confidence in him to like come through in big situations, or anything, or make the big play, even defensively. Like, you know,
You're
it
not
is what
alone.
it is.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you. You're not alone.
And I don't think that unless he takes like a super team friendly deal, I don't see how you bring him back next year.
Jazz is not coming back next year. They have
Not
no
even
room for him. They have infielder. They have too many infielders in their minor leagues.
so they're not even going to give him the Trent Grisham quality,
No.
the qualifying offer.
No, they'd be stupid if they did, because he's going to.
Well, we said that.
You know
we
what?
said that last
Yeah.
year about Grisham too, but look what happened. Look where we are.
Would it really be that? I mean, I don't know.
They're going to overpay him so much money. That's why
exactly the overpay they did for Grisham. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is that if you got to look at it like this, but who are you going to replace him with? That's, you know, I think that's the whole thing. The whole reason why they gave that to Trent Grisham is because they weren't sure if they were going to bring back Cody Bellinger. They weren't sure how the outfield was going to be, so they were like, look, let's bring this guy back, so at least we know, you know, we have this option. And when they bring back Cody, it was like, okay, even better, you know. But it just screwed over Dominguez.
Hey,
I disagree with that way of thinking, because it's not the Yankees' choice whether he comes back, because the Grisham had to accept it, and the Yankees wouldn't know until the end of the week. I think it's 5 days.
Yeah.
Bringing back Bellinger was a smart play because you've seen him make quite a few high baseball IQ plays. which if you take the comparison of him versus having a Kyle Tucker or somebody who's not hitting their contract's worth, Yankee fans would be up in roars right now, not getting Bellinger back. Bellinger, he may not be the best statistical player, but he's got a damn high baseball IQ. Did you see that? I think it was like about a week ago, that base hit to left, but the runner was about to score, but he basically had that heads up play at third base to get the runner out before the runner scored. Tell me a
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker or somebody else makes that play. Tell me.
No, they don't. And look, I put up the stats between Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger, and yeah, Cody Bellinger is way better than Kyle Tucker right now. And I think that, yeah, I think it was the right move. You know, the thing with
$100 million
go ahead.
player.
The thing when you give a
$400 million.
I would
he's
probably
on the
give
Dodgers,
Jonathan.
man.
I would probably give Jonathan the Kyle Tucker deal before I give Kyle Tucker the Kyle Tucker deal.
At this point, he's not even. He's not a $300 million. He's not even a $200 million. He's not even 150. With those numbers that you see there, that doesn't justify his salary at all.
Oh, and let's look across the Hudson River in Queens. Last year, Soto got that nearly $800 million deal over 15 years. The Mets barely cracked 80, 85 wins. They didn't even crack 90, much less the playoffs. For the third time in their franchise history, they got ousted by the Marlins.
I mean, you look at these numbers here, man. They're pretty similar, and one is worth $865 million, and the other is
765 plus bonuses to make it 800 over 15 years, basically.
You're breaking up, Jonathan. I'll put you there so you don't. Yeah, you're breaking up, man. Yeah, I mean, what the? Okay. All right, you there, Jonathan? Yeah.
Yeah, your audio is better now. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Yeah, your audio was choppy earlier.
You guys can see the stats that I'm pulling up?
I can, yes.
Okay. We'll put this back. But yeah, when you give a qualifying offer to a player, you're hoping they don't take it. Like you don't give a qualifying offer to somebody if you really want him back. Like you're hoping they don't take it, so you can go out and get that draft pick, and that's the only time you really give a qualifying offer, man. But
yeah, it's like the franchise tag in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Hudson River did not touch Queens. It touches
You got
Manhattan
my point, though. Look across the rival borough. Let me put it that way. How about that?
Kid Clientele says he'll take Soto any day over Cody Bellinger. I mean, look, I
nope.
Yeah, Soto's clutch. I put those stats up. I'm not to say I would rather have this or this. I just put it up to show you that what you're getting from what we thought we lost from Juan Soto, we doubled it. I could pull up Ben Rice's stats too. We more than made up for the lack of when he left the team. We was like, how do we fill that offense we just lost? And they filled it and more.
Have you seen Met fan reactions? On social media, it's a complete riot. They're basically butt kissing Juan Soto's 2019 World Series ring with the Nationals, even though it's not with the Mets. They're like, well, he has one more ring than Judge, this, that, the other. It was not with you, though. So let's come back to the reality. Until he gets the next Met ring, you all need to just be humble and just, let the course play.
Yeah.
Whatever has to happen will.
The Mets haven't had a ring in a long time. 40
as
years.
long as Bobby Bonilla Day goes on till 2035, yeah. And Juan Soto's fixing to be the next one.
Bellinger didn't do crap last year. What I'm saying, Kid Clientele, what you guys got to understand is what we're saying is $865 million in payroll and $150 million in payroll. And and the
It's like 600,
numbers,
700 million apart.
yeah, and the numbers are the same, almost the same. And then you can even go with Ben Rice, and it's a guy who's making league minimum, and that's what we're saying. We're not. We all. I wanted Juan Soto when he became a free
Yeah.
agent. I was hoping that they brung him back. Of course, I was hoping they brung him back. What I'm saying is the pivot from him. I don't even think it's almost like, to me, it's almost like he was never even here. Like, it doesn't even matter. The pivot from him it worked, guys. It worked.
I got the difficult question for this guy. So if you sign Juan Soto, do you get a Max Fried? Do you have capacity to have
No.
any additional bandwidth, financially to get?
They would not have gotten Max Fried. They would not
I
have gotten.
You and I are saying the same thing, Jonathan. I'm just asking, in the chat, this
No,
person, whoever
yeah.
was saying it. Yeah.
No, but what they're saying, they're making a valid point. One is a clutch playoff hitter, and the other isn't. Like, I get all that, man. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
But it
just
takes
you got
an
to
entire
sometimes.
team to win,
Yeah,
not just
exactly.
one
That's what I'm
player.
saying. You got to think sometimes, like, the business of it overall. Like, imagine if the Yankees signed this dude for all that money they were gonna give him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like even the possibility of giving guys like Cam Schlittler or anybody else an extension, or picking up a Tarek Skubal, maybe, who knows? I'm not saying they should. All that goes out the
I might
window
be
at that point.
I'll log
Exactly.
out now.
What was that,
Jason,
Jonathan?
thank you.
Okay.
His
I think I'm
his
breaking up.
video's off.
I'm going to log out now.
All right.
Thank you. And man,
I guess
I'll
he's
have
got
to look
bandwidth
out
issues
next
at his
time.
end.
All right, man.
There's some issues around here.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you next time. I'll look out for your console call.
All right. Take care, man. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he must have a T-Mobile or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Look,
Hey. T-Mobile is what basically gets most of us, the free MLB.TV packages and many other baseball amenities. So don't be dissing on no T-Mobile, man.
no, I'm just playing. No, man. So I'm just to answer some of the chats, man. Look, I'm not saying. Of course, I want the Juan Soto is he's another level ahead of Cody Bellinger, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for the price and everything, just flexible. And I get what you're saying, that we're the Yankees. We can spend all the money in the world, and they probably could. But guess what? They're not gonna. So you got to live within the
Hal is not his
means.
dad.
Yeah.
He basically runs a hedge fund. His dad cared more about winning than running a hedge fund.
Yeah. So
He's
that's what I'm
running the
saying.
Yankees
So
like a hedge fund.
How is not gonna just throw money, like that. He's
Exactly.
not. He has his
Exactly.
limit, and he doesn't go above it. So, and it's up to Cash, and that's where I get upset with Cashman, because he makes a lot of bad moves, but that's the limit. So when you take on a payroll, another $45 million for one player, even though essentially that's what we given Cody Bellinger this year, when you think about it, that's pretty much how much he's making, the way his contract is. But
If
I
it
don't know,
were on
man.
Cashman, Arson Judge would be a San Francisco Giant.
Yeah.
And guess who stepped in? Hal. This was back in 23. Between in the 22-23 offseason.
Yeah. Jonathan said, I don't have team. I was just joking, man. But yeah, man, like, I mean, even with Tarek Skubal, I don't think the Yankees are going to go try to get this guy, man, either. I mean, I'm interested to see, because he's supposed to be
Not even
returning.
in free agency?
Maybe, they might, but they're not going to go nuts. Like, if they see that the other teams are just, the bids are just getting out of control, I don't think they're going to go crazy for him, man. Not for a pitcher. And
They're
I
not
guess
going to
Tarek
go for a
Skubal.
rental in the trade deadline. That I'll tell you right now. I don't see a Tarek Skubal trade happening, because
Yeah,
I don't think the Yankees got the resources in terms of prospects to hand over in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of who they have are arms that they value. They've got the Hess, they've got LeGrande, they've got Chase Hampton, they've got
Yeah,
ERC.
I think they're gonna start having to trade some of these guys, man. You can't have, You can't all of it. It can't have all of it. You can't have your cake and eat it
I
too.
would have a conversation started if I were to make a trade, depending on who is on the other side in return. My conversation starter is ERC.
Yeah. I think he
Lagrange,
has a lot of value.
Lagrange is future setup man / closer. End of story.
Hmm.
Between him and Giovanni Cruz, those are your back end bullpen guys. You don't ever get rid of those guys.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, like somebody said, like this comment here, I would give up Carlos Rodon for Turks. Like that's not even a thing, guy. Like
Well,
this Carlos
Rodon still
Rodon's a
got
no
like what,
trade.
2 years left on his deal? 1 year, 2 years?
Yeah, he's got a 2029. He'll be a free agent. So and he has a no trade clause, so he's not going anywhere unless he wants to.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was playfully joking with people the other day saying that, hey, if Stanton's injury lingers on and on further, I think at this point you make him hang it up, and make Miami pay part of his salary as being part of the Yankee coaching staff, giving him a role as assistant head coach to James Rowson. I mean,
assistant,
yeah,
really,
yeah. I would keep Stanton as a hitting coach.
you keep Stan as a assistant hitting coach to James Rosen.
Yeah.
James, man, a lot of people are calling for James Rosen's head lately, man.
All right, so then replace him with Stanton straight up. I mean, Stanton's availability on the field is diminishing, and he's got one more year left. So maybe if you want to keep him around in the franchise in some capacity, as albeit as an assistant coach of sorts, hitting
Yeah.
coaches, that's an opportunity.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned Jacob Mizorowski's the pitcher of the game. He's better than Cam Schlittler. I wanted to pull up his contract just to show you why he won't be available for a while. The Brewers are not going to give him up. He's not even in. He's in pre-arb right now. He's got so much control over him. They're not going to give him up. That's like. So sometimes when I don't mean to, like, I don't want to offend anyone, but sometimes I get these proposing people like, well, trade this guy and get this, and I'm like, it in a perfect way, I guess in MLB The Show, you can do that. That's not how it works in real life, man. These guys are literally off the table. Like, unless you're going to give up everybody, these guys are off the table.
In the last week, there was a game, I think it was with was it with the Rockies, or can't remember who it was, but there was a 95 or 96 mile an hour cutter that basically got away from Mizorowski and hit the guy in the head, basically. It was basically a gassed version of a Mike Fiers hitting Giancarlo Stanton type of setup.
And it actually it hit him it caught
right in the ear flap, the left ear flap.
Oh, I bet it hit the helmet at least, man.
Yeah,
Giancarlo's was different. It caught him straight in the face.
Yeah, I get that, but that thing's coming to you at like 97 plus miles an hour. I think Fiers doesn't throw that hard. Fiers is maybe a tick lower. He's probably in the lower 90s in comparison. So Mizorowski is in the upper 90s. Yeah.
I mean, but that's
his
baseball
cutter
now,
had to
man.
have been coming somewhere between 96 and 99 miles an hour up at the guy's head. That was, I mean, it was lucky, the positioning, because the way that batter basically just got out of the way, just in a matter of like split seconds, he's lucky it got him in the helmet, right in the left ear flap. Had he not been moving, that would have been worse than Stanton's situation. If he didn't have the reaction time. That's the real difference.
Katie says Stan will help the Yankees win when he gets back. I mean, I hope so. Right now, we need him. We need a real threat in the lineup to lengthen the lineup. It has no length right now.
Exactly. But even without the length, though, Jason, here's one thing I got to tell you. You basically got to deploy the same mentality you had with the 90s team. Keep passing the baton, fouling off pitches, good eye at the plate. You got to play disciplined ball, basically.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to create any sort of, threats with this lineup. get the people to basically foul off pitches, work the counts, pass the baton, get on base, wreak havoc on the base path, stealing bases.
Yeah, I think today they did a good job in working counts,
Exactly.
especially early. It was a lot of full counts. Yeah, they made Gavin Williams throw a lot of pitches early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they got
And
to do.
tomorrow we got Garrett Cole against Slade Ciccone.
Yeah, this is a matchup that I want to see. Like, I'm very interested to see how Garrett Cole rebounds from his last outing versus them, where they
Yeah,
pretty
he
much
gave
they
up
had
like
their
3
way with
home
them.
runs.
Yeah, they had their way with them. So I want to see what adjustments he makes and
Mhm,
I don't know, see where we go, because we're gonna need Cole, especially the pitching, and we're gonna need the pitching more than ever right now.
mhm,
And Garrett Cole is obviously a big part of that.
mhm.
I want to ask you a question though, because somebody Kid Klein tells us that Cam Schlitter is coming back down to earth. Are you concerned with Cam Schlitter? Do you think his velocity, because even though his velocity was back up last
Nope.
start, it
Mm.
was back up, but it wasn't all the way up. He wasn't hitting 100. I don't even think he hit triple digits once his last start. He reached like 99, but he didn't hit triple digits, and that's not normal
It's
for him.
it's not entirely a velocity game. It's pinpoint control,
Hmm.
efficiency, getting through innings with lower pitch counts, and so on. Yeah, you being a pitcher who throws gas, yeah, you're gonna find a lot of teams that can hit fastballs and basically work the counts. That thing's gonna happen.
No, I get
Uh,
it, but I get what you're saying, Sino, but
mm,
you gotta admit, man, 195, that's two different ball games there, man. You know, especially for a guy, he lives off of his fastball, because that makes everything else, his sinker, his cutter, everything plays off of his fastball. And sometimes when people start losing velocity, it's, you know, could be a sign of fatigue, injury, or mechanics. I don't know. I think his velocity was back up to 99, but I didn't see him hit 100 again, and I was like, that's not normal. Usually, he at least once in a game he's gonna clock 100. So I wonder. I don't know.
I
What do you
would
think?
be okay with it as long as he's in the 97 to 99, range velocity wise. I'm okay with that because
Yeah.
the harder you throw, and with the mechanics these days, it throwing more breaking balls, of course, the saying is more break you have on your pitches, the more stress it creates on your arm, and all sorts of
Mhm.
torque motion and whatnot. And that's more of a proponent to UCL, ACL, and Tommy John type surgeries and injuries. Same thing goes with hard velocity. So if you basically moderate your velocity, which is what I'd like to think happen until we hear further, I'm going to leave it to I'm going to defer to the medical professionals on this one. But
Yeah.
until something comes out, that's just the way athletes are these days. Look at Austin Wells and his cervical headaches. He basically, I mean, the word on with that when he went to the IL makes it seem like he was hiding that out of pure bravado. I
Yeah.
don't think Cam Schlitter is doing anything of any sort of bravado type move to mask any injuries or any sort of fatigue issues with his velocity. If we want to make that kind of a analogy here,
Yeah.
Austin Wells being behind the plate is a complete different story because you're getting battered being behind the dish as a catcher between hit with the bat, hit with foul balls, hitting the nuts, hitting in
Yeah.
the. I mean, you're getting battered all over your body, and you're
And that's
squatting.
why, and that's why I'm glad you brought that up. And that's why, because I've seen people put in that they need to put Ben Rice behind the plate. I am so against that. You know, I think that is at that point, man, you're playing Russian roulette, because if he gets hurt, man, this team is in big trouble. You know,
Yeah,
so
because
why
he's
would
your
you
best hitter.
exactly? Why would you even consider it? The only
Mhm.
time I think he should be behind the plate is if something like tonight, right? They exhausted the bench, they exhausted, and then Ali Sanchez was in there late. If he was to happen to get hurt, God forbid, at that point you have
Emergency
no
catcher
choice.
Ben
Yeah,
Rice.
yeah. At that point you have no choice.
Yeah.
That's the only scenario that he should be
Mm-hmm.
behind the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who are saying that, man, you guys, I understand I understand why people think that that's a good idea because it does allow you to make the lineup better and everything. But you're taking a chance on your best hitter and one of not only on the Yankees in MLB, he's one of the best hitters in all of baseball. Taking a chance of messing that up is just crazy.
You
You
have
don't do
you
that.
have any of those audio voiceovers in your elaborate setup there, Jason?
Audio voiceovers. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Like, how Ace does during the game. He's got like audio voiceovers of like Grace Monroe saying,
Oh yeah. I got
Aaron
like
Judge is the best hitter. Yeah, exactly. Those kind of things. So basically, what I was going to propose is if you had one of those voiceovers, anytime somebody says something about Ben Rice going behind the plate, just play the Joe Girardi. It's not what you want.
yeah, it's not what you want, man.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
and then to answer this, man, um, uh, yeah, man, you comparing Luis Hill to Jacob Mizorowski, and he's not tradable, man. If the Brewers were to trade this kid right now, it'll be the dumbest move in the history of Major League Baseball. It'll be the most retarded thing that any team has ever done in all of baseball. He has literally like 6 more years of control. He is
Mm-hmm.
probably the runner-up to Cy Young, him
Mm-hmm.
and Christopher Sanchez right now.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3, top 4 pitchers in all of baseball, and you're just gonna trade him? Like, come on, guy. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be realistic. Some people get mad at me because they be like, "Well, I want this guy," and I'm like, "Well, it's not gonna happen, man." And they're, yeah, it's a bad take. What's a bad take? Of course, I want Jacob Mizorowski. I want Jordan Alvarez. I want Bobby Wood Jr. I want Shohei Ohtani. I want all these guys, dude. Why on
The
earth?
only way you're going to get Mizorowski is once he's towards the end of his tenure of control
Mhm.
and he's up for a contract.
That's what, like Freddie Perot. That's what the Brewers do every time. They're not gonna let him go.
Brewers are not going to give him the contract because they know
And
he's
and
going to be worth an arm and a leg.
and on top of that, right? The Brewers are like they're neck and neck with the Braves and the
Mhm.
Dodgers. They're probably the top 3 teams in all of MLB. They're in the
Yeah.
gunning for this. They made it to the NLCS last year. You think they just gonna trade their best pitcher? Like, come on, dude. It makes no sense, guys. You got to
And
make
I think
sense.
they still have Woodruff too, right? Brandon Woodruff.
Um, I think so. I don't know. I'll check, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they won't come on. Like, so that's why people be like, well, Cashman should get, and why he don't get, because you can't get all those guys, man. Now there are all guys out there that I feel like they are available and you should go get them and you got to
Mhm.
figure out a way. It's
Yeah.
different, but
Yeah.
he's off the tape. Jacob Mizorowski, as of right now, it's 99.9999999% chance that he won't get traded.
Are you willing to give up a Legrande, a Ben Hess, ERC, and a Schlittler to get Mizorowski? That's the only possible way. You're going to have a
Yeah,
drastic overpay of that
yeah.
nature. Not necessarily those players. I just put like a random, just
Mm.
pick names out of a hat type of scenario together just to kind of demonstrate the point. But that's kind of that's where you're going to basically try to get Mizorowski.
Yeah, and then he said last year YouTube was talking about it's different because the Pittsburgh Pirates are not in the running. They're last year they were not going anywhere.
Hmm.
The 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 Brewers are on the other hand. This is a team that could win it all. Okay, they're in the hunt for a World Series. They're not trying to make the playoffs. They're not the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is a team that's trying to win the World Series who came really close last year. Last year they were the best team in baseball and arguably the best team this year too. The best team in baseball and got swept by the Dodgers. They're not gonna give up their ace. I don't know. That's just
I
what
mean,
I
did you
say.
did you see a tweet about maybe a good month ago or so where Schlittler sits with comparison to last year's NL Cy Young Award winner Paul Skeens? That's their
Yeah,
stat. Their stats are almost similar.
I seen those comparisons, man. But
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, with Cam, man, I really think that he has to figure out his curveball. So he needs an all speed. He needs something breaking, something different. I understand the way tunneling works and how they speak about
Mm.
it, and the fastball looks like the cutter and the sinker, and it always comes out the same. But to me, I feel like that pitching is all about disrupting the hitter's timing. And I
Yep.
get it that, a sinker is a little slower than a fastball maybe, and I get it. There's a difference in speed, but not much.
Mm.
Like you need something to really throw them. Or you need to have that extra pitch that really they can't really just sit on something hard. Pause. That sounded bad. You understand what
Well,
I'm saying?
put this image in your mind for just a minute. One of the best pitchers in the 90s didn't even come close to the velocity of a Jacob Mizorowski, a Cam
Mhm,
Schlittler, and any of these hard gunners. We're talking about a Greg Maddux, who was basically an artistic person painting the corners during his
mhm.
time with the Braves.
Yeah. But
He
but but
he barely he threw to soft
you could.
contact. He was barely what, a 92 to 95 mile an hour pitcher,
I
but
don't
he
even
had
think, not even
control.
that, man. He was like, and especially towards the end, he was hitting 89, 90. But he
Okay,
has, but he had pinpoint control, and not only that,
that's what I'm
Sunil.
saying. That's the point I'm getting at. So
Yeah,
if you basically have somebody with Schlittler's velocity with better control, and he can make bats miss
uh,
even without triple digit
yeah,
velocity, you're still
yeah. But
fine.
that is so hard to come. You talking about Craig Maddox, man? He was perfect almost, and he was so smart. Like he
Yeah,
knew how to manipulate hitters and stuff. I don't think that doesn't play no more, man. You gotta
it
get a guy
doesn't. Right. That's
like
true. Yes.
like Marcus Stroman or Ryan Yarbrough. That the reason why
Don't
it's
even
hard for
bring
them to
Stroman's
find.
name in.
I know, but the reason why it's hard for them, those are guys like pitchers like that who are barely touching 90 around there.
Hmm.
They literally have to be perfect, every time. And
Hmm.
Greg Maddux was, for the most, he was almost perfect every time. Like
Right. But
he had to be perfect.
my point is, Schlittler's got the higher velocity, obviously, between the two in the
Hmm.
comparison here between Maddox and Schlittler. Schlittler's got the higher velocity, obviously.
Yeah,
Instead of
obviously, yeah,
instead of focusing on the triple digits, you get him to paint, you dot the corners, and then basically, establish his
yeah.
control better. Isn't that an asset?
No, that it is, but I don't think that's from what I've seen of Cam Schlittler so far, he's the
Hmm.
kind of guy he's going after guys like
Hmm.
you know like it's power versus power, just straight brute force, hit it if you can, and that works when you're throwing 100. When if you start teetering off to like 90, like low, high 90s, still, there's guys out there that they
But
hit
high
that stuff.
90s with control, basically,
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But you got to get the control. You gotta build the
you get the
control. It's not.
control and the movement.
Yeah.
You basically have lateral movement on a four seamer, basically, almost making it disguise into a high velocity two seamer, basically.
Yeah, like that's why he got the sinker to move arm side, to have arm side run. But what I'm
Right.
saying is that it's not going to happen overnight. You don't get Greg
No,
Maddox
exactly.
type command
Hmm.
overnight. That takes a lifetime to achieve, man, and it's very
Hmm.
hard to do that when throwing hard. I think that what made him successful is that he's throwing gas, man, and he's challenging you. I
Hmm.
think that's what's making him really successful right
Yeah.
now. And so I think, I don't know, we'll see, but
Yeah.
hopefully he can maintain this kind of
Exactly.
velocity throughout the season, man.
But hey, I got to jump to another call. I mean, I've
Yeah.
got some offshore folks waiting on me.
All right, man. All right,
Yeah.
so I appreciate you. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
And I know I owe
Yeah.
you a Yankees necklace, man. I still got
Yeah.
your address. I got to send it to you.
All right.
All right, take care, brother.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, where am I? Yeah. All right. But yeah, man. So, I mean, yeah. Who cares, man? Cam Shirley ain't the complete package yet, but once he gets all his pitches together, watch out. I agree, man. I think that he's got it though, but he's gotta find another pitch to throw off timing like completely, man. Whether it's the curveball he got, whether he develops, he gets his changeup, get a nasty changeup. Oh man, he'd be devastating. Something that is like, because right now he's throwing pretty much different variants of fastballs, and you just gotta sit fastball, man, and hope you run into one. But when you change in timing, you got people out in front, behind and stuff. Yeah, man, it's tough. TC Steels, what's up, man? Hey, I got the link is in the description if you want to join. Anybody want to join, man? Or a nasty splitter? Yeah, he needs something different, man. Just something to just get the timing off, man. So they can't sit fastball. That's it. Something where they can't sit fastball. And I think he'll be nasty after that. That's what I think, man. But yeah, guys, man, the Knicks dropped game 3 to the Spurs, and all of a sudden we have a series, right? It kind of felt like all one-sided there for a little bit, and now I feel like the pressure, to me, the pressure is back on the Knicks right now, I would say, because let me hide this. It's back on the Knicks, man, because you can't lose 2 at home going into San Antonio tied, because at that point you lose home field advantage. And you lose all momentum that you built the first 2 games. So they gotta get it done. Game 4, man, they gotta get game 4. That's a must by the Knicks. The Yankees win versus the Guardians. Cody Bellinger had a huge extra innings hit. I mean, yeah, that was super clutch, man. Cody Bellinger stepped up big time since Judge's absence. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. I wonder what his numbers are in the month of June since Judge has been on the IL. All right. All right. So in the month of June, he's 318 so far, only 22 at bats, but 1 home run, 5 RBIs, OPS. Yeah, so he stepped up, man. He's been coming in clutch. So has Paul Goldschmidt's another guy. These guys they're stepping up though, man. It's good to see. It's the other guys, man, the Volpes and the guys towards the bottom of the lineup that are really, I don't know, that they're really hurting this team, man. Pull up the Yankees real quick. Yeah, so we got Josh Chisholm hasn't been great so far in June. Pull up his stats here. This is just for the month of June. He got 2 home runs though, 5 RBIs, but since Aaron Judge has gone on the IL, Josh Chisholm is batting 143 so far. Only how many games has it been? It's been like 7 games, and that's it. But these are the guys that we need to step up to fill in for the absence of Aaron Judge. Oh, here we go. Paul Goldschmidt. The month of June. These only June stats, guys. Paul Goldschmidt's batting 333, 2 home runs so far in June. So he stepped up big time. And then we'll take a look at Trent Grisham. All right. Trent Grisham, good game today. He's been better lately. But yeah, we need him to step up big time too, man. We're gonna need these guys because the offense, man, we need some of these guys to really, really come up clutch. Let me look at Ben Rice real quick. Here we go. Oh. In the month of June, Ben Rice is batting 286, 1 home run, on base percentage of 423. Man, Ben Rice is taking a lot of walks. That's why I think the biggest difference between Ben Rice this year and last year is that he's not swinging. Because last year they were trying to get him out, and this year too, with those low breaking balls, trying to get him to chase breaking balls outside of the zone. He's not doing that this year. He is not. Most of the time, a lot of times, he's not even swinging at the breaking ball. He's like, I'm gonna wait for my fastball, and I'm gonna crush it. But even when they do try to pitch the breaking ball, he's laying off those low and inside balls that he used to swing over. and taking his pitchers too, and that's why he's got a ton of walks this year. He's a lot. He's gotten so much better just from last year to this year. A huge difference in Ben Rice. How many walks? He got 34 walks so far this season in 2 months. So he's looking at getting probably over 100 walks on the season. And obviously they he poses a bigger threat now. So pitchers are pitching around him. And especially now with Aaron Judge out of the lineup, you're going to see Ben Rice walk a lot. They're going to start pitching around him even more. They're going to start pitching around him. 34 walks so far. So expect that number to rise. And it's good because Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt, they picked up the slack so far. So that's what the Yankees need. Must win for Knicks in Game 4. Yeah. Did you forget the Red Sox did to us? Yeah, but that's it could happen, man. I know that the Knicks could lose 4 straight, man. It's happened before. Like Sunil was saying, remember when the Cavs were down to the Golden State Warrior 3-1 and they came back to win in 7? So I mean, we've seen crazier things in sports, but I don't want to jinx it. All right, the Knicks, they're gonna go out and take Game 4. That's what they got to do. Take Game 4. Take back the momentum. Take back home field advantage, or don't lose the home field advantage. Right. If they win Game 4, home field advantage is ours. Okay, and at that point, we just got to win 1 of 3. But if we lose Game 4 and they tie the series, now all of a sudden it's a 3-game series. Whoever wins 2 out of 3, and unfortunately, 2 of those games are going to be in San Antonio. I don't expect them to lose 4. I don't expect San Antonio to lose 4 home games in a series, in a final series at that. So the Knicks gotta get Game 4. They gotta get Game 4. It's like a must. I would treat that shit like it's Game 7 almost. Like it's a must. They have to get that one. Yeah. Nah, they can't take it easy now. That's it. They can't. Kid Client says, do you think the Yankees make a move at third base or still roll with McMahon and Rosario? I think unless, look, I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of people are not going to like this. Unless something huge falls on their lap, this is what it is. It's going to be McMahon and Rosario. Maybe, we saw Caballero there today. Maybe things like that, but not nobody outside. I don't think, any outside help is going to come. If there are moves to third base, it's going to be from within. Unless somebody really available just falls on Cashman's lap, I don't see it happening, man. So I think the catcher position might be a position that gets dealt with. Obviously bullpen arms might be. I expect Cashman always gets a few bullpen arms, whether you like them or not. He's gonna get some arms in there, and I would say, look, the Yankees, they got to explore at that shortstop position too. I say if a good shortstop, right, becomes available, you gotta, at least explore that option, you know. And I've been calling for Nito. No, was it Zach Nito from the Angels? And I get that why would they do? But the Angels aren't going anywhere, so why wouldn't they? I say, why wouldn't they trade him, man? I hear a lot of people calling for maybe a guy like Joe Adell. That's a guy. And obviously the Rockies got a bunch of players too that you could see in the Yankees do a lot of business with the Rockies, so you could see something happen with them maybe, or the Angels. But I think I know a lot of people calling for C.J. Abrams. I think it'll take a lot for him. Let me look at his contract real quick. Put this up here. I don't think the Yankees are ready for, unless something falls on their lap, I don't think they're really ready for, to make a move for a shortstop. All right, let me hide this thing here. What was I looking at? Okay, yeah, a lot of people talking about Joe Adell, in case Aaron Judge doesn't return like you think. Find him. I'm in the wrong team. All right, where we at? Man, this is who I want right here. I mean, I get it. He's not. His average is kind of down this year, but this dude is a baller, man. He is a baller. Let me look at last year. Last year's stats was much better than what he's doing now. Yeah, I'd take him any day. Even though the stats, man, when you look at it, but 26 home runs, I feel like if you look at the stats he gives you there, I feel like you can get that from Caballero. I think you could get that. I think Caballero is capable of hitting 20, 25 home runs. The on-base percentage, obviously, he has decent on-base percentage. And the steals, he's a steal machine. So I think it's possible, man, that you could get that from Caballero, but still, man. What was I looking for here? You got Jose Siri there. Oh, here we go. Joe Odell. I mean, he's not the greatest though, man, but has good defense. Go back to the Rockies. Isaac Paredes. Yeah, so a lot of people want, man. Let me pull him up here. You guys can pull up stats. It's also, by the way, man, if you put exclamation point and the player's name in the chat, you can pull up anybody you want. So I'll just put it right here. Like Isaac Paredes. I think I spelled it right. Yeah, you see how it popped up? You can do that too for you guys, man. Isaac Paredes, 241 batting average. He's an upgrade, man. But I look, that is definitely an upgrade. But when you look at it, that's kind of what you get from Rosario, though, don't you think? Why can't I find him right now? Oh, here we go. Sorry. All right. So if I compare him, Isaac Paredes, to Amir Rosario, I mean, they're essentially kind of the same guy, you know? Obviously, one has way more at bats because he plays every day, and the other doesn't. Isaac Paredes' on base percentage is better too, but you know, when I look at it this way, you almost get the same stuff you get from Amir Rosario. You get it from Isaac Paredes. Let me look at runners in scoring position. All right. With runners in scoring position this year, he's 228, one home run, 313. All right. Let me see Amir Rosario. All right. These are comparing their stats with runners in scoring position. I think. Wait, what's going on here? No, I didn't change. Okay, there we go. All right, with runners in scoring position, I mean, with half the at bats, Amir Rosario's is actually a lot better than Isaac Paredes so far this year. If you compare the stats, so and he puts the ball in play. What I'm saying is, man, to me, when I look at a guy like Paredes, I feel like you get that from Amir Rosario. You can get that from Amir Rosario, you know? I don't see, I really don't see what's the difference, man. I get it, like if you used to pick him over Ryan McMahon, but we got Rosario there. Like I don't know. Maybe the Yankees do it. I don't see, but at that point, man, what just let Rosario play more. That's what I think. Does Aaron Judge have any trade value? Dude, Aaron Judge even hurt, right? Obviously, that would never happen, right? Aaron Judge is going to be a Yankee for the rest of his life. But even hurt, right? Even knowing that he might be out, he's going to be out for a few months and maybe even the season. Even knowing that, you can get a freaking haul for Aaron Judge. If that was even a scenario, like a real thing, any team will take him. Any team will take him, and even with him on the IL, and they'll just wait till next year. It's Aaron freaking Judge, man. Come on. You can't be serious, dude. You gotta be serious. McMahon been getting clutch hits lately. Yeah. And McMahon's postseason numbers are not bad, man. That's what I'm saying. Like last year in the postseason, McMahon he wasn't bad. So no, JJ, I don't get mad about the trade, but you propose trades that are unrealistic. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it, like to play if you want to play around and it's cool. Like yeah, man, trade Judge and all right, but realistically, man, like Judge is never gonna be traded, like or but like Volpe and Spencer Jones, yeah, if you're gonna get something for them that's gonna help the team, why not? Why not trade them? I feel like those two guys, man, they probably should have traded them a long time ago, but they didn't. So what you gonna do? If we leave it up to Cashman, he might get Rafael Devers. You know what, man? Rafael Devers, man, he's would you take a chance on him? With him comes a lot of drama. With him comes a lot of drama, and he's not having a great year, but we know what this guy can do. And he's playing, you got to think about this. He's playing in San Francisco, right? First of all, San Francisco Giants are a hot mess. The Giants are a freaking mess over there. It's a toxic place right now. Second, they're playing it's probably the worst park for a left-handed hitter. The Giants ballpark is that right field is the worst park to play in for a left-handed hitter. Unless your name is Barry Bonds, it's going to be tough to put up any kind of slugging numbers in that ballpark. I think Rafael, when I think about it, just imagine Rafael Devers in Yankee Stadium. I think he still got it in him, but I wouldn't want him because it's a lot of drama with him, and I don't know. It's just I wouldn't do it. But you know what, man, this is a guy I think he could still be one of the better hitters in the league. You know, I think he still got it in him. I don't know what it is. He needs to find a home and get comfortable somewhere or something, man. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but ever since the Red Sox got Alex Bregman last year, it kind of everything went downhill for this dude. Why not change the team? I mean, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, but this what you gonna do, man? This is the team we got. Like they're not gonna tear it down and rebuild. Like they're just not gonna do that. And if to rebuild, right, is man, it doesn't always work out. It really doesn't always work out. I think this team is good. I still think this team is good. We just need a few more pieces just to put everything together. To put everything together, we need a few pieces here and there. And I think, man, there's no reason why the Yankees shouldn't be able to to take the AL, the American League. I think they could. Devers needs to grow up and also lose some weight. Yeah, he looks like a lazy guy, man. He looks like a head case, man. We don't need any of that, man. I feel like he brings bad energy, but he still got it. But the thing is, man, he's one hell of a hitter. Even if he's batting terrible right now, he's one hell of a hitter. You know, he can DH for us if Stan goes down. The thing with that though, man, is that we don't need no more DH. We don't need no more DHs. Right? We can't, because when Judge come back, what if Judge comes back, and when Judge comes back, we don't need this guy diving around in right field anymore. So we're gonna need him to share some of that DH time with Stanton. They got to figure that out. And even Stan is a detriment to the roster. As much as I love him, the fact that he can't play nothing else but DH is really is bad, man. Because that DH spot we're gonna need, especially as Judge gets older. Damn, my allergies are bothering me. As he gets older, man, you gotta get him off his feet. You gotta get him off the field, man. Like every time Judge gets hurt, it's always in the outfield, running into the wall this time on a trying to dive away from, a diving cow, whatever that was that he did, is always out there in the outfield. And I think he had one injury where he tore an oblique. That was probably the only time that it happened from just batting, but it's usually always playing the outfield. His bat is too important. Yo, we talking about one of the greatest hitters ever in Aaron Judge. Whatever you think about him, yeah, his postseason numbers, I get it. He is one of the greatest hitters ever of all time, and definitely probably the best hitter right now. To me, I think he's the best hitter right now. And you just can't afford to lose that, man, for somebody. I get it, he's good in the outfield, but you can get anybody to be good in the outfield. You can't get anybody to hit like Aaron Judge. So you keep him all out of the outfield, and that DH, that's the only way you do it. You keep him in the lineup and out of the outfield. So his dude says steroids destroy Stanton's body. That dude ain't on steroids, man. After that relay throw yesterday, Volpe should never play short again. I bet you tomorrow he's at shortstop, though. That's the funny thing. That's how it's gonna be, man, because he can't play no other position. But that's why I feel like from what you get from Volpe, right? From what you get from Anthony Volpe, you can get that from Oswaldo Cabrera. You can get that from anybody else. Like there's no need for him. You have another infielder. You have two infielders. The whole bench is all infielders, pretty much, who just happen to try to play the outfield. This is the Yankees bench right now, right? Like today, the Yankees bench was Amer Rosario, right, who's a shortstop turn utility infielder turn outfielder. All right, I'm gonna put air quotes on that because he's not really an outfielder, but he'll play out there. You got Amer Rosario, Max Schumann, same deal. Who else was on the bench? Anthony Volpe, and who else was on? I'm trying to think. Let me pull up the box score. I'm drawing blanks. Oh, wrong game. Shoot. Who else we had out there? But Anthony Volpe, Max Schumann. Oh, and Ali Sanchez. That was your bench today. That was your bench. Like, come on, dude. That ain't gonna cut it. There's no reason why you have Amer Rosario, Max Schumann, and Anthony Volpe. One of those gotta go. All right. We don't need all of that. We don't need three freaking infielders on the bench and a catcher. Obviously, we need a catcher. You need a backup catcher, but yeah, they got to figure that out, man. I think when Jason Dominguez comes back, he's got to be on the team somehow. I think his Batman is worth it. I feel like he was finally figuring it out, and then he got hurt. So I will have him up here, and then obviously Giancarlo Stanton comes back. So that's 2 spots right there that you gotta fill. And I think that the guy that needs to get out is Anthony Volpe has to be the first one out. And then after that, I mean, unfortunately, man, you're looking at, I don't know, maybe shoot somebody. They're gonna have to fill that other roster spot for Giancarlo. And if you want to bring Dominguez up to the show, then yeah, maybe Spencer Jones might have to go. Especially if he struck out 3 times today. If he keeps that up, right? He had 3 hits the other day, 3 strikeouts today. He keeps striking out like that, he's gonna find himself on the next trip back to AAA. Yeah, Lombard could play all those positions, but I don't think they're gonna call him up right now. They're not gonna call him up just to send him down because that's the problem. There's some of these guys are gonna have to get sent down. I think Volpe. There's no way the Yankees. I don't know why they doing this. Like he's gonna get sent down. He's got to at some point because Stan's coming back, and then either that, but they knowing them, they might keep him up here and just send down. They might send down Spencer Jones to make room for Dominguez or something. I don't know. We'll see what they do, man. But I feel like Volpe needs to go back down there for real. I feel like they should have never even brought him up here. There was no reason to force Caballero on the IL. He didn't even want to go on the IL. Remember when he fractured his finger? He was like, I'm good. I could throw and everything. But they didn't want him to, so. Yeah, I mean, look at Oswald Peraza, right? Look at Oswald Peraza. It's another guy, man, who's, you know, these guys leave the Yankees and all of a sudden they figure it out. He's having a pretty good year, man. Like imagine if that was our third base right now. We'd be happy. We gave him a chance though. It didn't work out. I think the thing with Peraza too, man. See, the thing when Peraza was here, they never let him play every day. It's not like they say, look, you're the everyday shortstop. I mean, you're the everyday third baseman, and this is your chance. It was never that. It was him and Yorbit Vivas platooning. When it was a left-handed pitcher, Oswald Peraza played. When it was a right-handed pitcher, Vivas played. And the Yankees been doing this platoon bullshit forever. Now he's on a team where they let him do his thing and he don't have to worry about, playing every day or anything like that. Whether it's a lefty or righty pitcher, he gets to play. That's what you need, man. Let me see. Versus left-handed pitching. All right, 70 at-bats versus left-handed pitching. 116 at-bats versus right-handed pitching. So he plays versus left-handers and right-handers. And that's the problem. The Yankees don't do that. If you're a right-handed batter, you're not going to face a right-handed pitcher on the Yankees. If you're a young guy, they don't even let you prove yourself. And he's proven himself over there that he can do it. That makes sense? Guys, y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, the Yankees don't do that shit. They were doing it with Ben Rice, too, for a while. They wouldn't let him face left-handed pitchers. How do you expect to know if he can do it or not? And they was doing the same thing with Peraza. Peraza, they didn't let him face right-handed pitchers. It turns out he hits right-handed pitchers just as good as he hits left-handed pitchers, And then with the Angels, he has a chance to play every day. When he was on the Yankees, you play once every third day, And he probably his motivation was probably down with the Yankees because they, obviously they favored Volpe over him. Even though Volpe did win that job, that spring training of 2023, he won that job fair and square. But they did not treat Peraza good, man. They treated him like like the redheaded stepchild, man. Like he was expendable. That's how he got treated. Turns out he's pretty good. And you know why that is, guys? And I understand. If you notice the Yankees, man, they favor their guys. If you got drafted in the first round, they're gonna favor you. It doesn't even matter if somebody's better than you and is coming up in the minors, is playing better than you. If you're a first round pick, they're gonna show favoritism towards you. The same thing with Austin Wells. There's a reason why all these other catchers that came up through the system got traded away and are doing okay with other teams, and we held on to Wells because Wells was our first round pick. This is the guy that we gave a lot of money to, a huge signing bonus that we believed in. Same thing with Volpe. He's our first round pick. Oswaldo Peraza is he's some guy they signed from Venezuela. I don't even know how much they gave him, but it probably wasn't even a lot. Probably wasn't even much. When you look at the signing bonuses and stuff, compared to what Volpe got, I don't know what his signing bonus, but I guarantee you Volpe's signing bonus was at least like $5 million, where Peraza was probably 15,000, or 50,000 from Venezuela. Nothing. So that's the reason, man. What's up, Mr. Snowman? What's going on? Let me put this away. Put that stuff away. Hey, if you guys want to join, man, the link is in the chat. It's pinned to the chat. Anybody you want to join, come right on up, man. I'm gonna be on here for like a couple more minutes. I know it's late on the East Coast right now. It's like 1 a.m. over there. 1 a.m. Something like that, man. Yeah. Kyle Tucker is crapping and Peraza's playing good. What a bizarre world. I think Kyle Tucker, man, he was always last year everybody was like, oh, Kyle Tucker, he's a good, and I was like, man, I don't know, man. For the money that he's asking for, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. The same thing with Bo Bichette. A lot of people was calling for Bo Bichette. I was like, I never wanted Bo Bichette, man. I never wanted Bo Bichette because he's first of all, he's to me always injured. Especially the last couple of years, always finds a way to get injured. And I don't know, even though he's a good hitter, he's just for the money. That's how I was looking at it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it really? No. I'm glad they didn't, man. They dodged the bullet. Dodged 2 bullets, right? You think about it. JJ says, how do you still support Spencer Jones? He is a bust. I wouldn't say that, man. You know why? Because look, Spencer Jones literally only been up here like 8 games or something like that. So how can you say he's a bust? How can you say he's a bust? Until we see, I need to see a lot more of him, before I can say he's a bust. Now, a guy like Wells and Volpe, that's different. These guys been up here for years now. That's for a first round pick, that's a bust. Spencer Jones, man, I don't know. We got to see. I don't know if he is or isn't. There's no way to know right now. I'm gonna tell you right now how many big league at bats he has. Excuse me. Spencer Jones has 32 at bats in the major leagues, and you're calling him a bust. But he struck out 50% of the time, though. That's crazy. Already, though, in 32 at bats, he has a 50% strikeout percentage. That's not good. But it's 32 at bats, guy. Come on. How can you say that he's a bust in 32 at bats? That don't even. I mean, it ain't looking good either. But I wouldn't say he's a bust. Not yet. Not yet. I wouldn't say that. Yeah. I don't even think we've seen this dude versus a left-handed pitcher yet. Oh yeah, he had 4 at bats versus left-handed pitcher. So far in the big leagues. Frankie says, this is the problem with many fans. They give up in a week. If he doesn't hit 300 right away, get rid of him. Same was said about Rice a couple years ago. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Same was said about Judge. Remember when Judge came up? Yeah, he had the power and he showed his power early, but then he was batting like 150, 178. Same thing with Rice. I'm not saying that Jones is going to be great or not. I'm just saying that, dude, he has 32 major league at bats, and you guys are already calling him a bust with only 32 at bats. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. It is. It just is. Yeah, I was gonna pull something up. Yeah, if you look at that, I'm gonna pull up Ben Rice and show you what his stats were his first year. Oh, at least I thought I was. All right, in 2024, this is Ben Rice, right? His batting average is 171. He was striking out at almost a 35% clip, That was his first year, right? Same thing if I pull up Aaron Judge. And I'm not saying that Spencer Jones is going to be Aaron Judge or Ben Rice or anything like that. I'm just saying that the man has 32 at bats, Like, give me a break, bro. We don't know what he's going to be yet. Oh, shoot, I put the wrong thing. Where is it? His first year. Why can't I see the years? Anyway, I would have pulled it up, but it's not showing up. Anyway, his first year, man, he was batting the same thing, like 178 or something like that. No, Jones isn't a top 100 prospect anymore. He was at one point, but he fell off that list. So he's not. My thing is right now, man, look, unless you're going to trade him and get something, but I don't even think his value is of the time to trade him was last year when he was hitting, when he first got called up to AAA and he racked up like 14 home runs in 10 games or something like that. That was the time to trade him. That was the time, but they didn't do it. So right now, if you trade him now, you'll be trading him low, at his lowest value. I say you give him a few more at bats. Let's see what he could do. I'm telling you right now, though, he's striking out at a 50% clip right now, and that's what we were afraid of. That was the whole thing we were afraid of, that he was going to come up to the big leagues and strike out 50% of the time. Not good. But you know what? Murakami strikes out like 40% of the time, and he's doing pretty good. We haven't seen that from Spencer Jones, though. He got to, I don't know, figure it out or get him out of here. The thing is, man, just think about it. What if Spencer Jones becomes a bust, right? You will have 3 first-round draft picks in the lineup. Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, and Spencer Jones, that all didn't work out. That does not look good on Cashman, on the Yankees scouting department, on anything, man. To have all those first-round picks and none of them panned out. It's not good, man. I'm telling you, it's not good. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think we still got a good chance to make the playoffs. They just got to play, man. They got to win. Yeah, the 5 Yankees. Yeah, man. You're right. You are right. Anyway, man, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys joining me. Look, let's go Yankees. Let's go Knicks, man. Freaking my New York Knicks. We got to get game 4. Absolutely must win game 4. And if we do that, then I think I feel good about the Knicks' chances of winning the finals. And with the Yankees, look, we gotta tread water. We gotta find a way to win until we get the captain back. And even with the captain back, they gotta get better, man. We gotta make some moves. Hopefully Cashman does make some moves, and hopefully this is our year, man. I would say this: try not to be too down on the team, man. Look, it's only June. June just started, man. We got a long way to go. Anything's possible, man. Especially like this team ain't terrible. Is it good enough to win it all? I don't think so, but it's good enough to make it at least to the dance. That's what I think. So that's the goal right now. Is to play 500 baseball until we get Judge back and figure out some more pieces to get everything good. JJ says you got to do the play-by-play. I would, but I don't like doing play-by-plays, man, because I like to watch the game, dude. I don't like to call the game. I want to watch it and chill and eat and bullshit just like everybody else. But if you need a good play-by-play, man, the Ace Avenue, that's the guy I watch, man, for my play-by-plays. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me, man. I appreciate you guys. Have a great evening. I mean, what's the evening? It's already 1 a.m. enjoy your night, I guess. But yeah, peace, man. God bless you all. Love you guys. One.